Hello my friend, it is such an incredible honor to share this video with you because it comes from such a personal place. If you are on your way or intending to build wealth for your life or for your family, I hope the lessons and the wisdom that I have gained through my own personal journey help to give you more clarity and to empower you even more to get where you want it. So let's get our conversation started. Let me start by telling you a little girl I know from China. She was born in a rural place of a northern part of China. Northern China is very cold in the winter. This girl's parents are farmers. Her dad is one of the 8 children, so this little girl grew up with 23 cousins. She is the number 17 in this large family. You probably cannot imagine, but being born as a girl in a rural part of China, she was insignificant. By the age of 5, she already know how to learn to use the needles to patch up her own clothes. My friend, this little girl, it is me, Yu Ping. The reason I wanted to start from here and share this with you is to let you know if you have struggled, if you are struggling, I understand how you feel. This makes it more urgent and more necessary for people like us to know how to make money and how to create our own wealth. With that being said, let me share with you 3 strategies that I personally use to help me excel and achieve my goals. Quietly made my first million before you even knew who I was. Unfortunately, none of the strategies that I'm sharing with you is going to make you an instant overnight millionaire. But if you implement 1 or 2 or 3 strategies that I'm sharing with you with my own experience, I can guarantee you, you are going to be above, way above average. So let's take a look at the number 1 strategy, the safest bet. The safest bet strategy is especially for those of you who have not made your first $100,000. If you're in that situation, when facing the choice between investing in things that will make other people rich, you should always prioritize yourself to invest in. This is the safest bet. What you learn is yours. Learn the skills that make other people appreciate and pay you more. This process of building yourself up, not only you'll earn more money, you'll also gain more confidence. These are the foundational skills you need to build more wealth. To give you a personal example, you probably know I had a law degree in China and MBA degree in the United States. On paper, this looks very strong, but you don't know. I actually invested thousands of dollars into my professional development in the period of 3 years. After a long day of work, I was always in some sort of class. I was studying the lean manufacturing, the Six Sigma green belt, Six Sigma black belt, CPIM. I even studying the real estate and got the real estate license because I was going into real estate investment. Well, my point is, I was furiously investing into myself. This investment not only 100 times paid for itself, it also gave me these foundational skills that I can always depend on to be self-sufficient. If you are in a position that is making less than $100,000 a year, I would suggest you build this leg first. This is your safest bet and the best investment you can make. The reality is, if you are making less than $100,000 a year, most likely you are working for someone, you have a job. Well, if that's the case, I wanted to give you 2 tips that coming from my personal experience. Number 1, treat this job like a paid internship. You're using this job platform to practice the skills you wanted to practice and polish the skills you wanted to polish so you can get on to the next level. The second tip I wanted to share is try not to stay on the same job for more than 3 to 4 years. I have a lot of respect for people who work on the same job for many, many years. But personally speaking, I think all of us need to expose ourselves into a different company, different product, and different culture so we can better prep ourselves to run our own business. Another reason is when we change job, most likely we're going to get a much bigger pay raise comparing to staying within the same company waiting for a promotion. Well, the whole idea of this is try to accelerate this process of a self-development and make as much money as possible, as quickly as possible, so we can continue to build more wealth. This is a very intentional process because when we work on a job, doesn't matter how much money we make on this job, we are still trading time for money. So that's the first investment. Invest into yourself, the safest bet. When you can stand on your own feet, you can do a lot more things. So let's move on to the second investment, the leveraged investment. In the dictionary, I think the most powerful word is leverage. It's not money, it's not power, because if we know how to use leverage, whether it's in personal relationship or in negotiation or in business dealings, if we know how to use leverage, we can always make more money and get more power. So for all of us who didn't have much to begin with, how do we use the leverage? For me, after I pay off all the debt, after I saved my first $500, I immediately opened an online trading account with a stockbroker. I started trading stock. Instead of saving the $500 in the bank, I wanted to leverage this $500 with a company who is already generating dividends and returns so that I can get more returns on my $500. I did thought about investing into real estate, buy a house and rent it out, have a positive cash flow. I hate the idea of being a landlord, so I didn't do that. Whether to invest in stock market or real estate market or other platforms, the point is try not to hoard the money. Always send this money out to get the returns for you. A word of caution on the stock investing. I did make my own fair share of mistakes. I also learned my big lessons, made my big returns, but the most priceless lesson I wanted to share with you is by investing into stock, it has made me a much savvy business person. This is why, even though I only invested $500 initially, now I have a vested interest in the market. I wanted to know what's going on with my own stock. I wanted to know what's going on with the market and around the world. You see, in comparing to I have no vested interest, what's going on in the market or around the world has nothing to do with me. Now I'm interested. And this process itself is so educational. It will make you much savvier, business-wise, financial-wise. I cannot stand here to give you stock investing advice, but if you are interested in leveraging your money to get more returns and interested in investing in the stock market, the book I highly, highly recommend everyone to read is Money Master the Game. It is by Tony Robbins. He also wrote a sequel book called Unshakable. I'll link both books, the links in the video description so you can get your own copy. It's very, very good. I wanted to wrap up this second strategy, leveraged investment, by quoting Warren Buffett. This is how it goes in Warren Buffett's biography. In an elevator, several men were standing there going into the office. There's a quarter on the floor, but nobody cared to pick it up. It's just a quarter. A man walked in. He immediately picked up the quarter and said, the beginning of my next million. And this man is Warren Buffett in his early 20s. My friend, I hope you get it. This is the second strategy, leverage the investment. If we have a 500, we have to figure out a way to leverage the money and make more money. Now let's talk about the third investment, system investment. Well, for the longest time, I didn't get it. I thought I have a very well-paid job. I invest into the stock market. I made money. I'm good. Oh yes, I am good. I'm grateful for what I have, but I realized to multiply what we have, we need a system. To explain system investment, let me give you an example. I have two friends. One is a chef. He is very good at cooking and creating creative dishes. So he opened a restaurant and he's personally in the kitchen cooking dishes. The customers are super happy. The restaurant is doing very well. Another friend is an engineer, but he loved writing. So he wrote a book, a sci-fi book, and published a book. In this case, between the two friends, which one has a system in making money? In my opinion, the engineer friend who wrote a sci-fi novel has a system because when he's sleeping, the book is still selling, generating revenue and royalty for him. Versus the friend working in the restaurant, he's just trading his time from one job to this job until he can standardize his recipe, having chefs working in the kitchen, remove himself. Now he has a system, a money-making machine that is working for him. My friend, as you continue to grow, make a lot more money, you're going to see a lot of investment opportunities. The key is to recognize if this opportunity has a way to build a system within the business and to scale up this business. If you wanted to build wealth, that's the only way to multiply your money. So now let's talk about Amazon business. Is the Amazon business a system investment opportunity? At the beginning, probably not. If you're involved yourself doing product research, source the product and launch the product, doing everything by yourself, you are basically the chef cooking dishes for the customer like my friend. However, once you go through the steps once and you're making money, you continue to invest more into the business, you build up your brand, you can afford to hire people to do product research, get VA to source the product and do PPC for you. Now you have a system. Not only you have a system, and there's a best part. When you're ready, you can sell this system that you build it up for a multiple. A multiple could be 3, 4, 5 times of your earning. I know a friend of mine who recently sold his Amazon business for a few $100,000. Just a few $100,000. Now let's review and compare the three investments. Which one gives us the highest return? The first one is invest into ourselves. Remember, the safest bet. The second one is to leverage our money, invest into other business platforms. And the third one is to build a system to generate income without us. The answer is the third one. However, our chance of building up a system and sell it at a multiple is much higher if we have invested into ourselves first. So I would say all three investments are necessary for us to build wealth. Before we wrap up this money and wealth talk, I wanted to remind you and myself, as we're all trying to make more money, we need to be mindful. As we are making more money, we need to be more grateful and more generous. I have seen a lot of people, they are having a lot of money, but they're so arrogant. In my opinion, no matter how much money they have, they are not wealthy. As we continue to put in our effort to make more money, we want it to be wealthy inside as well. I hope you enjoyed this video, my friend. It's an honor to share my thought with you on this special day. It's my birthday. Last day for you to take advantage of the special birthday discount, $100 off. I really hope you join so I can help you make more money so we can grow together, celebrate together. Until the next video, you have an amazing day. I'll see you soon.